How to understand the world with more depth than 99% of people. The world is a wondrous, awe-inspiring, and magical place. And every single thing that you see around you has been touched by literally thousands of lives in order to end up around you in your physical location. For example, a cigar, a microphone, a mouse, a laptop. And if you can see the depth behind all of these objects, you'll be able to see the world for the incredible place that it is. But most people don't see it this way. They just look at it and they see the surface level, right? They see, oh, it's a cigar. Oh, it's a microphone. Oh, it's a phone. Oh, it's my laptop. Oh, I'm bored. They don't see the engineers brainstorming the prototype of the iPhone. They don't see the idea popping into Steve Jobs' head when he was asleep, when he was fucking 25 years old in the 1980s. They don't see the thousands of people mining for the, ore in the Congo. They don't see the factories that are specifically made to create the components for each of the phones. They don't see the factory, the Apple factory, where all the components are then put together with thousands of people. They don't see it then getting put onto a cargo ship and getting taken across the oceans and the stormy seas and potentially having to dodge missiles in the Red Sea from the Houthi rebels. They don't see it landing in the truck and getting driven by the DHL driver to the Apple shop. All they see is that they walk into the store, they fuck about with a phone for a few minutes, and then they think, oh, I've got an iPhone. Well, if you could look around at the world, at every single object around you and realise the depth and the complexity and the incredible human ingenuity that has gone into every single thing that you have around you, then you would be able to see the world for the wondrous place that it actually is. And so that's the topic of this video today. Hi, my name's Jack, and I quite enjoy learning about things, talking about a shite, and occasionally having the banter. And I've learned a few things in the last few years that have taken me from, very miserable to feeling pretty good most of the time. And so I thought I would start this YouTube channel and talk about some of the things that have helped me. And today we're going to talk about the imagination, because it's one of the most incredible, mystical, ethereal things in the universe. And even if you don't believe, like manifestors do, that you can turn your thoughts into reality in the external world, it pays to know and to pay attention to the fact every single thing in the universe started out as a thought, which is pretty incredible, no? So it might be an idea to figure out how to use these thoughts constructively, don't you think? Every great piece of art, every skyscraper, every piece of technology, every breakthrough in science, every ballistic missile, every farm, every pencil, every man that's put on the moon, every single thing in the known universe first started out in the imagination as a thought. Everything that you see in the world is an effect, the cause of which was the imagination, which is a pretty mad revelation to discover, don't you think? So let's do a little exercise. I want you to take an object and follow it back as much as you can in your imagination to the root of its origin. This is going to help you develop imagination, obviously, insight, perception, perspicacity. More than 99% of the people in the world, because no one fucking does this. This is an exercise from the Master Key system, by the way, and I'm going to read it out word for word. So I need you to sit down, close your eyes, and to listen to the following words.
I want you to visualize a battleship. See the grim monster floating on the surface of the water. There appears to be no life anywhere at all is silence. You know that by far the largest part of the vessel is underwater, out of sight. You know that the ship is as large and as heavy as a 20-story skyscraper or the National Gallery. You know that there are hundreds of men ready to spring to their appointed task instantly. You know that every department is in charge of able, trained, skilled officers who have proven themselves competent to take charge of this marvellous piece of mechanism. You know that although it lies apparently oblivious to everything else, it has eyes which see everything for miles around, and nothing is permitted to escape its watchful vision. You know that while it appears quiet, submissive, and innocent, it is prepared to hurl a steel projectile weighing thousands of pounds at an enemy many miles away. This and much more you can bring to mind with comparatively no effort whatsoever. But how did the battleship come to be what it is? Follow the great steel plates through the foundries. See the thousands of men employed in their production. Go still further back and see the ore as it comes from the mine. See it loaded on barges or trucks. See it melted and properly treated. Go back still further and see the architect and engineers who planned the vessel. Let the thought carry you back still further in order to determine why they planned the vessel. You will see that you are now so far back that the vessel is something intangible. It no longer exists. It is now only a thought existing in the brain of the architect, probably from the Secretary of War or the First Lord of the Admiralty. Probably this vessel was planned long before war was thought of, and Parliament or Congress had to pass a bill appropriating the money. Possibly there was opposition and speeches for or against the bill. Whom do these members of Parliament or these congressmen represent? They represent you and me, so that our line of thought begins with the battleship and ends with ourselves. And we find in the last analysis that our own thought is responsible for this and many other things, of which we seldom think. And a little further reflection will develop the most important fact of all, and that is, if someone had not discovered the law by which this tremendous mass of steel and iron could be made to float upon the water instead of immediately going to the bottom, the battleship could not have come into existence at all.
You may open your eyes. But it's something to remember that in every moment in life, it's possible to have this perception of every single thing around you, adding this depth to every single thing that you see. And when you can do this, it means you never get bored again. Because how could you possibly get bored when every single thing around you is so magical? So maybe it's worth giving this a bash in your day-to-day life and having a think about these things. Thank you.